he figured that the press was there. That's why he moved the hand. What?
That's just despicable to me. I when I saw that, I was literally in shock. And then I went back and I watched the actual full video of the day, like when they showed just the full video of it, not just that part. And I was not right.
No, it doesn't matter how big or small. That was a moment that shouldn't have happened because he knows that the world press is looking.
Yeah, yeah. And it really, I think, made me feel as if that was a small part of a bigger picture. I think when you're that bold and brazen to do something like that, that we're just seeing probably something from that moment that is a part of a bigger picture, you know?
Well, from what I understand now, Eugenie was staying with Epstein for quite some time, from 2013 till 2015.
Mm,
Meghan
yeah.
Markle was there. Meghan Markle went to the Mishanunu, same things that Fergie was going around, and
Mhm.
Eugenie, and also at the Marchesa. Because don't forget that Princess Eugenie lived in New York from 2013 till 2015.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
It is, and I have this article because a lot of people are saying that one of the redeeming qualities, guys, don't forget to donate to Pidina's charity. You see the fundraising link. Pat, if you can, some of your
Yes.
mothers also post the link to the donation
Yes, I will do that. Mhm.
so I can highlight it because
Yeah.
this is to help Pat with her charity. We all know what's going on there. But this is one of the things that Sarah. People are saying that she's such a great mom. Okay, I don't. I'll tell you.
Mhm.
Let's go to this news first, and then I'll show you another news of what happened to Beatrice now, Princess Beatrice.
Okay.
Okay, Sarah Ferguson sells her her. This is not Beatrice or Eugenie. It's her 4.2 million Belgravia townhouse, and funds may keep her and Prince Andrew in the Royal Lodge in Windsor. The problem with that, guys, is that do you know what how she got money for that house?
Epstein.
Nope.
How?
Use the money that was that Princess Beatrice and Eugenie inherited from the Queen Mother and the Queen to buy it.
She wanted the queen and the queen mother to.
Queen Elizabeth and the Queen Mother
Uh-huh.
gave money to Princess Eugenie and Beatrice as an inheritance.
Oh, okay. And she talked the girls into buying it.
Well, no, to give it to her because he says her spokesman told the Times it is an investment property for the girls, and so the monies will be reinvested accordingly. But that's not what is being reported now because it's her home. It is here. The funds to purchase the Georgian property are said to have come from money inherited by Beatrice and Eugenie from the Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. So she's literally exploiting her daughters. And now that she sold it, she said they're selling it so she can stay at the Royal Lodge. So her daughters
Wow.
are actually spending their money to keep that disgusting woman there.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. You know, been a lot of things that have happened in. Hold on, my husband. Can you hear that TV? My husband just got home and the TV is really loud. One second.
Yeah, so Alpidine is sorting that out. It is something that for those of you who are still defending this woman, I don't know how you're defending this woman, to tell you the truth. It is shocking to me that people are defending her. I don't know why they do that. I mean, I really don't. I don't understand why people are still defending Sarah Ferguson. I don't get it.
Yeah. Some who's defending her? Someone's
People who
defending.
come to my channel, oh no, she's a great mom. She donates, and I mean,
Well, I mean, bad people can have good qualities, right? But I think the issue really has to be addressing what she did, because that speaks volumes to her overall character, and that's something that she'll never be able to get back into the good graces. I know there are things that she's done in the past that people gave her grace for, You just can't give grace to somebody who has been a sympathizer of a pedophile. That is just inexcusable. This is the line that I think is going to be completely the end for her. And people have to disassociate with her completely. She needs to reevaluate her life choices and just go away. Don't ever expect to be seen again publicly. Go away and just understand your public life is over officially. And
Yeah.
that's just a realization that she has to come to terms with.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is with all of this, Pat, is I was thinking a lot about that because the mainstream media now, the Daily Mail, now they want me to give them my source of that video, which we will show. We'll show the video, guys. Um,
Mhm.
but my source of the video because they want to know where I got that video from. Are you telling me that the Daily Mail, they don't have the resources?
Mhm.
Why
Yeah.
would you want my source?
Yeah, I guess they weren't
Because they
able to
want
get it or something. I mean,
down. They wanted to shut it down. That video was not supposed. And we're talking about the video of Meghan Markle waltzing on stage unwanted because she was not supposed to be there at
mhm.
the 1805 live concert,
Yeah, they want to
right?
shut it down. They don't want people to see it. They want it to be uh just, I guess, hidden from the people to see what she did, and she's embarrassed probably that she did that. I mean, it is difficult to get that. There's like nobody showing that footage.
Yep. And the thing is, like, why would are you telling me? Because I think that they want to put a narrative, Pat, about that. And I wanted to show you because people are like, "Oh no, 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 no! It's really not that. They were truly in love. They are truly in love." And I'm like, "Really? You don't need
Mhm.
to go and promote that." And now we have Harry talking about the kids, how he's upset that we're gonna read that, and I want your input on this, Pat, because
Mhm.
why is he upset about this? I don't understand because there's only two or three people who would have leaked the meeting between the king and that's the king, and I don't think the king would do that. Or Harry, who told Meghan, and Meghan, who is the leak. Because let's not forget Shalon Lester, who was the editor uh,
Mhm.
of the tabloid, said that Meghan Markle was the one who would leak everything.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
well, for me, it's not even a matter, and I know I'll tell you something because I have proof that Meghan Markle has her sources, and she's the one that leaks everything. Do you remember that story, Pat, about how I don't know if you've heard this story that well, the Duchess of Cambridge, Catherine, at the time, that Meghan wanted to go to the store, right?
Uh-huh.
Megan wanted
Mhm.
to go to the store, and Catherine didn't offer her to go to the store, right?
Okay.
I'll share this so you guys can see it. There was a story that was written. It was all about it, and people were really angry. This is didn't offer a ride. This was posted by a woman called Lainey. Here's a scenario to consider. Let's say you're dating a guy and you're super into each other and you've been staying with him and he's really serious about you. What is this, like a teen? The most serious he's been about anyone. This was posted on, yeah, I think it is February 17th, 2017, right?
Mhm.
So so you and she don't know each other well, but since you've been staying there, you run into each other one day, and you tell her you're going shopping and where. She says she's going shopping too and leaves in the car. You head out on foot. It turns out she went shopping exactly where you went shopping, and she knew that's where you were going, but she didn't offer you a ride. Is that weird? Maybe it's not that weird, but considering who they are, it is super gossipy. Okay. Now I'm going to
Mhm.
show you a picture here, Pat.
Mhm.
And I want you to tell, and this is Lainey. This is the same girl. Okay. So
Mhm.
what you're going to see is who she is. Okay. And you're going to be shocked. because she was here with Meghan Markle. This is Jessica Mulrooney, Meghan Markle, and Lainey Louie. The same lady, Ben Mulrooney, and the one guy sitting right next to Meghan, that's of course Corey Vitiello.
No, what? Corey Vitiello. Oh, next to Megan. I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is Ben
Okay.
Mulrooney, and this is Lainey Louie, the same lady that wrote that story.
Okay. She published this. Was this published recently somewhere?
Yeah, that was in 2017. What I'm saying is that Meghan Markle was leaking stories even back then. Because
Oh, I see.
how would
Okay.
you know that Catherine went shopping somewhere
Right. How would she know?
and that
Yeah.
she gave her a ride?
Uh-huh. She was always like off the bat ready to be a very
She was
conniving
leaking
kind of a person.
information.
Yeah.
She was leaking
Yeah.
information. That's the whole point. Who
Yeah.
would know that particular detail?
Right. Nobody would know that, but yeah, that's exactly right. And it just plays to the character that we've always known her, to have. And I think it's gotten so bad for her that so many people know like her kind of behavior, like the kind of person that she is. And if she ever wants to rehabilitate herself and have a different narrative about herself, she truly, truly has to change her ways, because it's not like you can do these things and people won't know the kind of person that you are. Like some people I think that are mean like that, they continue being that way because they can get away with it, and people aren't on to their deceptive ways. But I think the exposure that she has had, the amount of people that are onto her grift, she has to really have a coming to Jesus moment. I mean, it just has to happen, you
Yeah,
know?
Jesus has to take the wheel there.
Yeah,
But
it
I don't
really
think I think
does.
Satan has taken over that woman, and this is one, for example. Now we're having Harry. You've seen this one, right? Prince Harry slams categorically false claims about King Charles' reunion in rare statement. Prince Harry has responded to reports discussing the tone of his meeting with King Charles on September 10th. First of all, how would anybody know about it? Because the king is not leaking. That I can almost put my hand on the fire and I know I'm not going to get burned. Charles is not
Mhm.
leaking anything. Prince Harry has denied claims that his recent meeting with Charles left them feeling like an official visitor rather than a family member, dismissing the report as categorically false. Right?
Mhm.
In a statement to People, why would he go to People? On September 27, a spokesperson, also known as Prince Harry, for the Duke of Sussex, pushed back on recent reports. This is worse than a cheap telenovela, including one published by The Sun on September 26 that described the September 10th reunion at Clarence House as distinctly formal. Recent reporting of the Duke's view of the tone of the meeting is categorically false, Harry's spokesperson said in a statement to People on September 22nd. The quotes attributed to him are pure invention fed. One can only assume by sources intent on sabotaging any reconciliation between father and son. Presumably, those same sources have also chosen to discuss that gifts were exchanged. The spokesperson also confirmed that Harry presented his father with a framed photograph, but clarified it did not include Harry or Meghan Markle. Does he know that the phone call is coming from inside the house, Pat?
Right. I mean, who else is going to leak that? Who doesn't want this reunion to happen? We know Megan doesn't. So it just makes so much sense. Oh, this.
I mean, is this guy an idiot? Or do you I have to ask you, because this has been bothering me. Part of me believes that this is Harry has now totally become a Markle. And he's playing these games saying, "Oh, I didn't know whoever it was," fully knowing that it's Megan who leaked that so he can come and deny it. What do you mean?
Hmm. I mean, eh, I think it points to the bigger picture of their relationship. Like who else is going to leak that? Who's going to say these things? No, and furthermore, when they do get this information, these publications, they're not just, you have to prove who you are before they publish that so that they know you are a real source. Like because anybody could call and say, well, this is what happened, and they don't know anything, but they're taking this information from their sources, who they know who they are. So that right there is clear that it's someone that actually that they trust to give this information. They print it, and Harry is just trying to fly blindly, like, well, we don't know who gave this information. Well, duh, your wife.
But he's trying to blame the palace by him saying it's not me. Then it's
No, no,
but he's saying it. That's what he's saying.
yeah,
Whoever,
but that's for him to have an excuse, or he's completely blind to his living arrangements, because
he agreed, and this is the plan between him and Meghan Markle.
that's just what they do, right? So the palace is not leaking something like that. They're the ones that did not allow Harry to even have a picture from this meeting with the king, right? So they have the discretion. They have the discretion that we believe, because it is to their benefit that this is not disclosed. So it is just unbelievable, the leaks that happen. And like you were saying, Shallon Lester, she's told us about this. Meghan was the biggest leak from when she was in the palace of these stories, and so there she is doing it again.
Yeah, but what do you think? At this point in time, we all know that Harry and Meghan Markle are both leaky ships. I believe that Harry has completely gone to the dark side, Pat, or he has always been like that. My contention is that he has always been this nasty, but Buckingham Palace did a great job hiding his true nature, right? But I wanted to show you something because well, we're just going to go through some funny videos here, guys, because why not? And then we're going to show you the video at the One Live concert so you guys can watch it. But I wanted to show you this because I think it's important for us to see how the narrative has shifted. Okay, this is Meghan Markle at the Marcy School when Harry and Meghan went there, but she just kept interrupting him. Okay, she just kept interrupting him, and you're going to see it here on.
Right. It's education, right? It's education. I think all of us can stand.
You can see he's trying to speak, right? So we're going to see that. I mean, she has so much makeup. And of course, what is interesting is that they always put this ultra filters. You can never take a high def picture of Rachel Meghan Markle because she has so many filters. But let's watch this, how she cuts him off. And you can see he's just giving up. Listen, look at this, guys, okay?
Right. It's education, right? It's education. I think all of us can stand behind the value and the importance of education, especially having access to it. But that access to it and what it is can now come in different shapes and forms, and you can still show up in the world in such a strong and valuable way. Even if you don't take the more traditional route, you're still taking a route of education that is going to be additive. That's the piece that's so.
So we've seen this now, and now I'm gonna show you, so you can see what do you make of that. But because she's clearly interrupting him.
Yeah, it's like she is so excited to have a stage for people to listen to her, and she doesn't say anything. Her speaking points are very hollow and generic. And Harry, you can see the frustration on his face. This woman cannot shut her mouth up for a second to let him get an inch in. I mean, really, I'm sure he had to give her a talking to after this, because he looks very frustrated.
Yeah. Okay. But we saw that how he just let her be. Now I want to show this because this is just too yummy not to show it, guys, and I just love it. I think it's funny, Pat. It is quite cringeworthy, and this is how Meghan is. When I said that this woman, they can be yelling at her, and she will keep that grin going no matter what. Okay. This is the one, Pat. So are we ready for this? Look at Meghan Markle. This guy here, the bald guy, apparently he slept with her, and then he told everybody about it. And
are you serious?
Yes, and he didn't want to have anything to do with her later on. He just wanted her out. But you can see how these three people to Meghan Markle's left-hand side are joining things together. These other three people are there, but this bald guy, after he's done with her, he wants nothing to do with her. This is worthy, guys. Are you ready, Pat?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's rejoice.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. You can link arms and weave just like the ones I used.
You can lick arms and swing. And
I'm sorry.
she didn't Google the words of the song, just like she didn't. She had to Google the British national anthem. But look at this guy. Look at this guy, Pat.
To know. Come on, act like you like each other. Where the tree.
Oh man, let's do some air drums. Yeah, come on.
But you see how she touched him? He completely ignored. This is Christmas, y'all. You know.
He repelled. He couldn't even show any good spirit during that time. He was like,
There's no
nope.
eye contact. There's no eye contact, and you're gonna see the guy in the baseball shirt. He says something to him. He just ignores him. Wait, look.
Listen and chew.
This is like the last moment with Prince William. Remember outside the
Yeah,
church.
with his tie or with his
The scarf. It was the scarf. I've never seen a man touch a scarf so much. But look at this guy is not even looking at her. But what is really scary here is that Meghan Markle doesn't break character. She has that big grin.
right.
It's so painful to watch, but we're watching it anyways.
Listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. You've come along.
I'm dreaming of a white. How does she not know the
Oh my
song? She's
gosh.
such a family-oriented woman. Look at that.
Long way.
Look at her.
She doesn't break. Yeah, that's the woman that always knows she has to put on a fake smile because everything has to look as if it brings her great delight no matter what it is. And that's always that picture I talk about all the time. She always wants to paint these pictures of happiness regardless of what is happening. That's why we know she wanted to get rid of people like her father, her siblings, because these are people who are going to paint the reality that she doesn't want people to see. She wants to have the fairy tale, the fake, the making it look as if all is well in the world when it's not.
But Pat, this is absolutely. I mean, but this is what I mean with people. So, but she's smiling. Yeah, I can guarantee you, this woman was dying inside, but she was still smiling. Listen to her. Look at her. Look at her.
I'm dreaming of a white.
Look at that white dog.
Every time I see this is so funny, and it is so cringe. It's so cringe.
I mean, this is. And she does the same thing that she does. She always tucks her head down and then she puts it back up. Because it's so funny to watch this. This is actually quite uncomfortable. But this guy, the bald guy, he had a night out with her the night before, and like you can't even.
And he actually talked about it.
Yeah, he told everybody on the crew.
What? That's wow.
But look at the body language of these people, because at some point we're gonna see that they hook up, they link up. These are linked up, and she's just there on. Nobody wants.
With every Christmas card I write.
She doesn't know where to go, does she?
Oh no, it's so uncomfortable for her.
Your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
This is
That's the worst, man.
next level. This is next level.
This is what?
This is next level insanity, Pat.
Yeah.
I mean, and it is what it is with Meghan Markle, you know. And I'm gonna show you this other video. This is not from my channel. This is from Tasha. That's somebody I know on YouTube, but we're gonna watch it. This is a little bit spicy. This is her and Kevin Blatt, who had this sex tape from Meghan Markle. Listen to what he says, okay? Because this is a little bit spicy, people. Okay, he's been on my channel. We did the interview with him. He's a Hollywood fixer. Paris Hilton sued him for leaking her sex tape, and then she won $20 million. But he wasn't bothered by it because he said it's worse if she had sued me for 100,000, I would have been worried because I would have had to pay. But 20 mil. So we're gonna get to see what they talk because he's seen it. He's held that tape. This is who Meghan Markle is. This is the woman who
No,
married the royal family. This is the
no.
woman around the queen.
When was this recorded?
This was in 2020, I think 2020.
Okay.
So here we go, guys. You're gonna listen to him.
I don't think
Hey,
that Tiana could have.
They call her Tiana, so not to call her Meghan.
Now, when did wait, go back.
Somebody,
When did they establish that?
Oh, before that, they're gonna talk about it here now.
They will?
So,
Okay. Okay.
was filming her eating ass. Was she good at it? Did you see? Did you look at the tape? Was she good at it?
How do you rate ass eating on a scale of, fuck, she's
a
I'm not opposed to ass eating. I would have to, was she hungry? She appeared to be very hungry.
She's a princess.
Homeboy had his ankles behind his head. I mean, that's some deep digging.
I mean, guys, it is what it is. I'll leave the link for you guys to go watch it because we're gonna keep it family friendly here. But I will leave the link for you go to watch the whole thing. I will also leave
So
the link.
he talked about that on her show, Tasha K's show.
Oh yeah, he went there first, and then she told me about it, and I had him on my channel.
Wow. So he's seen some things.
Well,
Apparently.
he's the one who leaked Paris Hilton's sex tape,
Right,
And she's
so-
seen it. And then Kris Jenner, he's a fixer. He's a Hollywood fixer. And then Kris Jenner came to him to try to get him to leak Kim Kardashian's tape, and because he had been burnt by Paris Hilton, he said, "Let me go talk to the lawyers. Let me look at the tape," because he said that there are laws. You have to see the IDs and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while he was thinking about it, Kris Jenner went with the other guy who jumped and just leaked the tape.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's from Hollywood. He's well known in Hollywood. I mean, he fixes things. If you don't want a tape leak, he leak is also the one to go to. And I will leave for you guys to see it and also to go see the interview I have. But this is the woman who was around the Queen of England.
Yeah. So is that tape ever going to see the light of day? Like,
well, I think he still has it. I've seen parts of it.
You've seen parts of it.
Yeah. Because because they reached out to him to have it stopped because they had offered it to him to leak it at the beginning of 2016. This very wealthy woman reached out to him from Canada and said if she could leak that tape. It's Meghan in Florida because she was in Florida with the reporter. And I just showed Harry had gone to Florida in May 2016 to Disney World.
Okay, so this tape was she wanted them to leak this tape.
At the beginning, she wanted to pull Kim Kardashian because she couldn't secure any roles or anything like that.
Meghan did.
She hadn't secured it, so she figured if it worked for the Kardashians, it's going to work for me. She didn't have any roles. She was flying to the UK looking for a man, like we all know that.
Yeah.
Why
wasn't it never leaked then? Why didn't it ever get leaked?
Because afterwards, when she secured Harry, they approached him in September that year of 2016.
Okay, to not let it get out.
You can't. We don't give you permission. And because he'd been sued, he said it's the MI5. And even the guy that was in the tape, who was a friend of his, reached out to him and said, please don't do that, guys. And he was really scared.
Interesting. So
he was terrified that the photographer was terrified, not of being sued, but he said it was like MI5 stuff.
Oh, really? Like he had heard from them?
Well, yeah, he said that. And Kevin said that they knew each other, but he hadn't heard of him from years, right? For years. And suddenly out of the blue, he reached out to him and said, whatever you do, don't leak that tape.
Because I guess
he's on the line, basically.
So because her attachment down to the royal family, that would be very damaging to the royal family. So they make sure that it will
because
never
of the people they associate themselves with, like Fergie.
Exactly. And there was a video of a AI vote video. So this was not AI, the one you saw. This is
Oh,
like
no, no,
real
no, no.
legit.
This is way before AI, guys. This is way before AI. The tape was filmed at the end of 2014. They did two videos. No, sorry, at the end of 2015, because the photographer was the one who, I can't say very much because people are going to know who he is, but he was in one of the movies that Megan recorded, and she hooked up with him afterwards.
Okay.
He
Wow.
was
There's a lot in her closet. Now,
Yes.
here's the thing though. We know Jessica has knows a lot of things that Megan has done, right? Would she know about that, you think? Was that
I'd like
before
to
their
introduce
friendship?
Yep. She would know, but the thing is, we never know, Pat, because you see, with Megan, she's not honest with anybody. That's the
Mhm.
problem with people like Megan. I think she lies about everything with everybody. Now Tom Bauer has come out and said that Mr. Markle told him that he never sent the letter to Procter and Gamble for the soap commercial.
Ye Okay, yeah, that was not yeah, because she never heard from them. Of course he didn't.
But she no, remember, she did the Bloomberg interview and she still talked about the letter, knowing full well that they never sent that letter. That whole thing with Nickelodeon, it was a favor that Mr. Markle pulled to
Right.
let her little princess, but he never sent the letter. Procter and Gamble, that was not. People are confused. People think that that was a Procter and Gamble production. It wasn't.
It
It was
wasn't,
Mr.
no.
Markle who called a favor from this business executive at Nickelodeon and said, can we do this little project for my daughter?"
Right, yeah. Well, and also to what Mr. Markle has said, he has told me that he was sent some very, very inappropriate pictures of Megan.
Yeah.
And he has
Who?
received Thomas Markle Sr.
What inappropriate? Sorry.
He received very
Oh yeah.
inappropriate pictures of Megan in the mail that were very disturbing. And he was very upset about that. And I think it were maybe people that wanted to, I don't know, do damage or to have some kind of blackmail on her. I don't know, but there's some really nefarious things out there of her that are confirmed by, even him that were
But
very
even Tom Bauer
shocking.
said that. Tom Bauer just went on Kinsey Schofield and said that he has a lot of information from a lot of men that she slept with, but because of privacy laws, he can't print them out.
Right, right. So it's a lot of things that, you would think a person that has got that kind of a skeletons in their closet would be a lot nicer. Like,
What do you guys think? If you have been able to get away with it all your life, with that kind of nasty bullying and behavior, because she was a bully according to people, and we know this because the Reitman's commercial, the guy, the director, quit and said he never worked with anybody who was so nasty. That's Meghan Markle. This is before
mhm,
she was with Harry or anything.
mhm,
So
mhm.
she has a behavior like that, even with her own family. So if she's capable of doing that to her own family, I mean, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, I think I think that's why Jessica has to come out and write this book. Why else would she even tell people she's writing a memoir and say she's not going to put anything with Megan? Like, who's going to want to read
Yeah, I don't
any
think she
book?
wants to put anything with Megan. I think she wants to forget because, from what I
But
understand,
why would she come out and put stuff in
she
saying
has a
she's
lot more. She has a lot of interesting stuff to write about herself, her marriage. The breakdown of the marriage apparently is because of Megan. In many ways, because of the big scandal with that Sasha woman, and Megan refused to speak to her, and her husband basically blamed her for the fallout of his career and the fact that his sister wants to run for prime minister here in Canada, and now they see her as toxic goods because they switch political parties. So, and the
hmm.
thing is, you know what, Pat? It's not up to, why should it be up to Jessica Mulroney to out her? Why isn't her father speaking out? He would have more weight to do that, or the royal family.
So why is whose father not speaking out?
Why isn't Meghan Markle's father speaking? And basically, why doesn't, you know what I found out? And I'm trying to find out whether it's true or not, that Meghan Markle never graduated from Northwestern University. She never returned the last semester prior to graduation.
Interesting. Where'd you hear that?
I phoned the university and I've been talking to some people and they said that she didn't graduate. This is why she's not even photographed with the seniors, because they had 15 work days to pose for this. And this is a woman who wanted to be at Northwestern University because Princess Diana had been there in 1996.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me that you're not going to feature in the book? She's only mentioned once, and there's only one picture of Meghan Markle, and that is with the Kappa Kappa sorority. Other than that, there's nothing.
Yeah. Well, I can believe it. Absolutely. I can believe. Mm-hmm.
But her father would know, and her father's not speaking.
Yeah, he would know, and he's not speaking. Well, I think Mr. Markle is probably just so wanting to move on with his life. He's been so hurt by her, and I think it just brings up so much badness for him that he just can't bother to really talk about it
And
anymore.
also, you have the press still not calling this skank out. They're still not calling her out, Pat. Look at this. Okay, I'm showing you this video because we're going to show it to you guys, and I'm going to show you guys. This has sounds because I got it. One of my friends has it, and then a news station also filmed it in high def. Okay, but this is a different angle because this is where my friend was at, and then the press had a different angle. Okay, and it's high def. Okay, but we're gonna listen to this here, and we're gonna pause it and explain to you what's happening because apparently Meghan Markle went back. She was not supposed to be on stage. Yes, they did call them both out, but she was not supposed to be on stage. Had she been supposed to be on stage when she showed up behind Harry, he would have said, "Oh, here's my wife. Here, Meghan, say hello to people."
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like we saw she did at that school where she interrupted him and was talking about education, right?
Right. It's clear that she wasn't supposed to be on the stage because, yeah, he just started talking and going through his speech and doing what he was supposed to do. That's why he didn't really make any recognition to her. He didn't, address her, and like she was not supposed to be there.
Yep. And we're going to play it for you guys, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to introduce tonight the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Now, this is important because you're going to see Harry put his hand down, like saying, "Stay there." You're looking at this guy here. I don't know if you guys can see it. This guy here is the one who denied her the MIG 2 years prior. This guy in the purple jacket is incredibly important almost at the end. But you're going to see that they try to block her from getting out. But right now you're going to see Prince Harry and he puts out a hand. He's smiling because he knows the camera's looking. Harry has been trained all his life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he knows that he's got to put his game face on no matter what. See, did you see that? He's like,
Yeah.
you see that? Okay, let me see.
Can you do it one more time? Yeah.
There. So he walks. If he had been waiting for her, he would have waited for her and he would have let her go through first like he always does.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he's done it. Look at people here. Look at this guy in the purple jacket. Everybody, she wasn't supposed to be on stage. Harry's not even looking back because he's not expecting her to show up. We can accuse Harry of many things. Lack of manners is not one. He would have let her through first.
Yeah.
The guy here goes, and he's going to try and block her. He goes there and he tries to block her. And she just doesn't even look at him. She doesn't even acknowledge the guy because she knows that if she makes eye contact, she's not getting on that stage. Look how she doesn't even look at him, which is not normal. Somebody's there right next to you. You're not going to acknowledge them.
How's everybody?
See, she even hops on top of stuff. Do you see that?
Yeah.
She doesn't even look at the guy because she knows she's not supposed to be there.
Chief Mark Howard. Oh, hi. Chief Mark, thank
So
you for giving
awkward.
Chief Mark Howard. Oh, hi.
Here, she's actually trying to get the mic. He literally clearly was not waiting for her. Because the most normal thing, if she was supposed to be on stage, oh, here's my wife. Say hi to Meghan and blah, blah, blah. This is my wife and blah, blah, blah.
He
No, she
completely
tries to go for
ignores
the
her.
mic twice. Look at that. She lifts her hand again once more. He looks at her. See, he turns her back. She did try to go for the mic again. Okay, so we're going to see this a little bit. I'm not going to interrupt it, okay?
Chief Mark Howard. Oh, hi. Chief Mark, thank you for giving the full.
See, now we're going to see the guy in the purple jacket again because she went back to get a mic when he refused to give her. 2 years ago, we saw that the guy here in the white with the white hair, when Harry gestured to give her the mic, he laughed. He grabbed the mic and said no. But now Harry has the mic. He could have given it to her, right, Pat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he could have even put it in front of her face to say, okay, Meghan. She could have said, hi, everyone. She could have made like a very simple gesture, but it's very, I think, almost rude that, she did come on the stage and he didn't acknowledge her at all. Now, I don't really care because it's Meghan, but manners would say or dictate that you acknowledge the person that has just come on the stage with you and you give them a second to say something, hi, before you go into your spiel, right? But Harry was so attuned to saying what he had planned to say, he didn't even give one iota about her coming up on the stage. That to me showed a big disconnect within this marriage. He did not want her there. He did not want to address her. She was irrelevant. And I'm not thinking about you. I got to do what I got to do. Okay. And to just say, oh, hi. I mean, like, what is that? What is that? I'm standing right next to you and you just say hi to me. I'm thinking you're dissing me. And that's exactly what he did. But she showed her face. She should not have walked off, I think. I think she should have just stood there and listened to the words that he was going to speak to the person he was giving this honor to or talking about, right? I think she should not have walked off, but I think she was offended. She felt jilted and she just walked off because it was definitely a dig at her.
Yeah. Now people are saying, but why would they announce them both? Because it was a concession they made to mention her name.
Yeah,
It's like, for example, when they both went to Morocco. You guys remember that visit to Morocco, and she was there with him, but she's not supposed to walk with him on the red carpet. Yet she tried to walk on the red carpet. We know that she went with him. But she wasn't supposed to walk on the red carpet. Harry's the royal. The same thing when the Queen allowed them to be on the 50th anniversary of Prince Charles being, invested as Prince Charles. When they were told senior working royals only, you have to stand back. You're here, but you're not allowed to be there. It's the same thing that happened with Meghan Markle. She was supposed to. Okay, if the Duke and Duchess are here, but the one who's speaking is Harry.
Right. And that's what I was saying. She should have stood there on the stage because they did introduce her. She should have just stayed in the background and just watched him give his speech because they said her name. You're on the stage. I mean, I think perhaps maybe she should have just stood there because
he went back to get a mic, and I'm trying to get that footage because there was somebody there filming what happened. I'm gonna show you what happened when she got back.
Okay.
She's not done. She walks out back. There she goes because she's looking
of peer support. And for those of you that come here every year.
Now look at this guy here. Look at the guy in purple. You can see him shaking his head. Just watch how he shakes his head.
Can I hear the people that come here every single time?
Yep, he did. Yep.
And then she goes back and she's like, I have a longer video where she's going everywhere looking for a mic.
Yeah.
But this was really angry. This guy was really angry. I can play the longer video, but that doesn't have this.
For those of you that come here every year, can I hear
his face shaking. He's shaking because, and the
Here,
longer,
the people that come here every single time.
did you see that, Pat?
Yeah, I saw it. Yep, I saw it.
The
Yeah.
longer video, he goes back and moves closer to Harry because he can hear her saying, "Give me the fucking mic."
Okay.
She's
Yeah,
walking.
I want to see the footage of her backstage wanting to get that mic, because I think that right there would give us some really good insight to how she was feeling.
Yeah, but isn't it amazing, Pat, that the Daily Mail wrote to me and they want me to give them my footage, my contacts.
Yeah. Who are they? Like, why? Why should you?
I'm going to show you this, guys. Here, this is without sound. This is without sound. And we're gonna see it here. You're gonna see here. This is at the very end when she's going back. Okay, you see she's going back, and look at his face here. This guy's face. See, shaking his head. You know,
Mhm.
gonna shake his head again, and she's going behind there. See, she's looking. She doesn't stop. She keeps going for the mic. She's asking for the mic. People are telling her no. No means no. I have a longer video, but but it's just that it is. What do you make of this, Pat?
Well, I think yet again Meghan has embarrassed herself on this stage as she did the first year. Meghan will always do something to embarrass herself. She comes across very desperate and eager to highlight whatever it is that she wants to do. And it's not really about the reason why people are really there. She feels as if it's her moment to shine. And it's not really about the fundraiser or the people that are there to be highlighted for their good works. Meghan uses it as an opportunity to help her feel important, to make her feel as if she should be able to say what she wants to say. I mean, she has a voice, right? People should be encouraged to hear her. And it's not really anything about the authenticity of the moment. It's about Meghan getting what she feels is due to her. And she'll always, I think, show up in a very bad way that doesn't warrant people to really take to her and to really like her, because she always seems very contrived in all that she does. And it just paints always, I think, the picture of a woman that is desperate to be liked, to do what she wants to do, and to not really be that warm, considerate person that she thinks people should look at her to be. Um, I
Do you
just think
think that she
Meghan has
wants
lost
that?
her
Sorry,
way.
sorry to interrupt you. Do you think that she wants to be liked, or do you think that she wants just to be the center of attention?
I think she's desperate to be liked. That's why when she did those one interviews, like, I'm a real person. I'm a real person. I mean, she just is so like wanting to beg people, like, I'm really good. I'm really a nice person. And like, I know I am. I know. I know. And you hear her say these things and you just hear the desperation in her voice that people just don't get her. Like, you don't really understand what a good person I am, really. And Meghan, you're just not. We get it. We get you're not that person that people are going to ever like. It is a wrap, woman. It's done. It's over. Okay? We've seen too much of who you are. You talk about reconciling, or Harry reconciling with his family. Why isn't Harry trying to reconcile or see Thomas Markle? Why are they not trying to do the right thing by the right people? No, you're trying to do things that are superficial. You're not authentic, and anything that you try to do is to make money, to try to help highlight your brand, to have more, staying power. And it's like, just do the right thing for the right reasons. And until you do that, you're not going to have success with nothing that you try to do, because you're not doing the things that you really should be doing. And I think that should be apologizing, owning the bad things that you have done, showing you've made mistakes. Because look, they've been busted. colluding with the Finding Freedom people, the emails that they wrote about trying to look like they didn't have a hand in something when they really did. They've been busted. Harry's been busted by the Sentabali people about his bad behavior. You know, they never try to show that they are flawed people, but they always want to paint themselves as being, someone's done something wrong to them. Own the things that you have done. Come forward in a way that shows you have done reprehensible things, and show how you have not been so great in your choices. But they continually want to paint themselves or appear to be good people and real people, and it's just never going to work out for them, ever. It's just not.
Pat, by the way, guys, don't forget to donate to Pat. We're doing this today to raise funds for her charity. So please, all your help and and whatever you can donate is greatly appreciated. We're not Meghan Markle. We cannot steal from USAID, unfortunately.
Yeah, we know what they did with that, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's disgusting.
and
But I
that's
want
just
to
another thing. Yeah.
exactly. Like people like Pidina, who's doing great charity work. We have to struggle. And here you have Meghan Markle literally grifting that. I want to show you this because even in this Bloomberg interview, Pat, she talks that she got her voice back so she can finally speak, right?
Yeah.
This is what she says when she can finally speak. Okay.
I think right now it's a really interesting time for the entire important to them with each other. Go back to the fact that we're human beings, whatever can feel trying.
On that note, you talked about growing up in LA.
Chaos.
It's a different version.
I saw you do an interview in 2016, and you had some choice words for President Trump.
I think it was in 2012, like the Republican Party lost and so vocal about it.
Right.
That's a huge chunk of it.
Are there things you're dying to say or do right now that you feel like you can't?
No, I just make a choice.
Okay, so this woman has been out of the royal family for the past 5 years now. What has she spoken about in those 5 years? So now she's saying that she doesn't want to talk about anything. So nobody's muzzling her, right? And yet she has nothing to say given what's happening with the world.
Right. Yeah. All the things that have happened and all the time she's talked about women advocating to, even voting, like what they did when they first came, when they were sitting on that bench talking about trying to get people to go out and vote. I think she understands she's not well liked. She can't really persuade people, and she's choosing not to say anything, I believe, because she knows that it's going to inflame more speaking points around things that she probably wants to advocate for. And I think that's why she chooses not to say anything. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that because she's worried that they're going to take the title away. You see, she can't be political about it. And she's worried because she's not stupid. She doesn't have Harry anymore because Harry, for better or worse, on that stage, not giving her the mic, that was a different Harry. That was Harry. You know what I mean? She knows she's lost her grip with Harry. And I'm going to show you this. We're going to look at this because you brought this up, Pat. And this is actually a very good point that here, listen to what they say.
If you could choose one thing for people to know the truth about you, what would that one thing be?
No one's ever asked me that.
Now she's doing this. She's doing this to keep the camera on her, to keep a longer, like nobody's ever, she keeps on before she gives the answer. We're going to see her do the dramatic. You know this, Pat, right?
Yeah.
On her. Oh, and the pause.
That's a great question. The one
thing. And she exposes her.
thing. Oh gosh. What's the one thing? Oh gosh.
The pause. They should have.
I think when I sit with it for a second here, I just want people to know that I'm a real person. And I think a lot of that gets lost in what can be super dehumanizing when you look at the clickbait culture and how much is written about someone. It's like, no, my friends have to read those things.
She didn't think about that when the Queen was dying or Prince Philip, and she still went with that thing with Oprah.
Yeah, the royal family will see that documentary. Did you think about that? Okay?
The
Yeah,
dying queen. She didn't think,
right.
oh, her friends. What friends? This woman has no friends.
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't have friends nor family. Listen,
Like I have real best friends, the same one since I was 17.
what happened to Ninaki Pretty?
Yeah, what happened to Nanaki? You just gonna jump to 17? Girlfriend, you had real friends since you were like 6 months, 2 years old, I think they met, right? Like,
Yep.
yeah, you wanna start at 17 because of what you've done to your real friends, like your real friends since you were
And
really
she
little.
doesn't really have real friends because
And
if
she
she's
d-
talking on that
yeah,
Samantha girl from university, that's not a real friend. She's a Soho household.
yeah, exactly. You dump those friends, the real friends from childhood.
Listen to this.
Like I'm a real mom. I have to go and
I have to go. Listen to this. I have to go. No, I choose to go. She corrected herself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you say I have to, you're forced to. No, I
Mm-hmm.
choose to go.
choose to go and do school pickup and drop off, but I do that under a landscape that is created that forgets that I'm a real person.
No, we don't
And how would
forget. We know clearly you're a real person, girl. We can see you. You look very real, okay? You're not a hologram. We can see you are a real person, Meghan Markle, okay? We're gonna still say what we say because we know you are a real person. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's so funny because I'm a real mom. I didn't know
Right.
that they were fake moms.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Like, what you talking, girl?
She's a fake mom. You know, she's a fake mom. Like get a life. She didn't think of anybody else when she's putting out her defamatory things.
you
Listen,
want someone to treat a real person in your life that you cared
Yeah.
about or loved or
Yeah.
respected?
so I guess she didn't care about nor love nor respected the queen nor her husband's family.
Yeah, what about your father, Megan? Did you not think about your father being a real person that wants to have connection with his real daughter? Yeah, you can sit there and play victim to being a real person, but you certainly don't try to treat other people in your life like they're real people. You treat them like dirt on a shoe. How did you treat your ex-husband? He's a real person too.
Corey,
So let's pick rock
her
with
ex
that
fiance,
nonsense.
Corey, who's a lovely guy, by the way.
Yeah.
Was engaged with him. They were living together.
Right. So understand that you've hurt real people, Megan. You've done really bad, nasty things to real people. So, yeah, you probably think that people are not treating you like a real person. Look at what you have done.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't think about because she doesn't.
And so there's something about that, I think, that often gets lost. And even though earlier I was saying
it got lost, that's for sure.
Compartmentalize, I say that's a caricature. Yes, but my kids will see those magazines.
Yeah, the queen is going to see and learn about that documentary. Like they're going to know about these things that you've
Or
done,
Catherine,
Megan.
that just at Cambridge with her little kids being called a racist.
Yeah.
A step for a wife. Waity Katie, because she kind of rubbed it in many times when she did that Oprah thing. Oh, they called her Waity Katie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like she didn't think about Catherine, right?
And we all know moms gossip. And so I have to make a choice to move through the world as myself in spite of all the noise that's created.
What noise? And this is the thing that I don't get. Because a lot of people say that we're trolls. I don't go after Meghan Markle. When I do point out her looks sometimes because people come after me, oh, you're just an old woman who's envious of her looks. Meghan Markle, I'm sick of being gaslit by people saying that she's the most gorgeous woman in the world. No, she isn't. But I'm not going to belittle her when she was a kid. Because many of you have come to my channel and say, oh, she was an ugly kid. I'm sorry, but to me, she wasn't an ugly kid. I think she was quite a cute kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with her looking ethnic, because that's when she looked the most. Oh, Lizzie B, thanks for gifting 5 memberships to Pidina. Thank you,
Lizzie.
Don't forget to Pidina's thing, okay?
Lizzie's so sweet.
What a cute kid. What do you think? Was she a cute kid, Pat?
I think she was a cute kid, and I think she had very, very pretty curly hair that she chose in adulthood never to wear again. I think she should, as if she wants to claim being a woman of color, she certainly doesn't try to show woman of color type hairstyles. Even on her show, she never had ethnic cooking or dishes that she wanted to highlight, from a woman of color perspective. I mean, there's things that she has chosen not to do to stay as far away from ethnic culture. And she, is just not very forthcoming in her the things that she speaks about.
Yeah, I wanted to, just before we go, I wanted to talk about this because Meghan Markle is now blaming the king for her lack of success. Let's just say that to Meghan Markle and her projects, it seems like the royal family always gets in the way, either directly or indirectly. Like when the queen was dying or Prince Philip was dying, or when Catherine had cancer and the king, they got in her way because they stole headlines from her. So they say here is this Meghan Markle's success blocked by King Charles. It was reported earlier in the month that King Charles was hospitalized because of his ongoing battle with cancer. As of press time, Buckingham Palace has not identified what kind of cancer the King of England has been diagnosed with. But considering his age and the decline of his health, there are a lot of people who think that the palace might be forced to make an announcement. As for Meghan Markle, this is absolutely devastating news, but not because she was sad to hear that King Charles got cancer or Catherine, but because that interrupted the news, that took headlines away from her. The last thing she needs is for the royal family to bump her out of the headlines when she's been doing everything possible to promote her new lifestyle brand as ever.
So she's saying that her success has been, her lack of success has been caused by the king.
First, the Prince Philip is sick and died, and then the Queen had to die, and then King Charles had to get cancer, and then Catherine had to get cancer. These bloody people, just stealing her thunder.
Well, it's no different than when her father had the heart attack. She blamed her father for all these things, but yeah, sorry, he even said I had a heart attack. I didn't want to ruin your day because of my heart attack. That's just typical Meghan. That's what she does. Yeah.
One thing that always bothered me, Pat, and that nobody's talking, this is the thing when I say the press is such lying and gaslighting. Okay? Like nobody talks about Mr. Markle. They're already given up on the fact that Meghan or Harry are going to reach out to Mr. Markle. They always keep talking about Charles meeting the two kids. Because by the way, Charles has not met Lily.
He has not. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to show you something, guys, for you to see. Because remember how they said, because it's all over the news and the royal experts were saying that Meghan went to see the Queen who gave her a cake with Lily for her first birthday. Remember that?
Yeah, please.
Yes. We know that that's not true because according to the judge who ruled on the security thing for Harry, he itemized all the trips that Harry had been there. And he said that on August 4th, Harry applied or notified Radek that he wanted to bring Lily and his entire family to the United Kingdom for the first time between the 8th and 11th of September. Okay? So listen, this is the news, guys. This is not me making this up. Okay? Here we go. Don't tell me that I got rid of the article. Well, if I got rid of that article, I'm going to be so mad.
Which article are you?
I was looking for the article. Let me see. That the Queen, Meghan Markle, left the Queen hanging. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Okay.
Because apparently they didn't go to see the Queen. You know what I mean?
They wanted to portray that they did see the Queen.
Yes, they wanted to portray that Meghan Markle left late Queen hanging after major Princess Lilibet moment. So according to this article, and this is by the Express, by the way, this is how terrible they are. They claim that Lilibet's birthday is turned 1 on July 4th. It's June 4th. But they said here that the Queen never hung around with Lily because Meghan chose not to go see the Queen on Lily's birthday. Because Meghan decided to snub the Queen and say, I'm going to celebrate it at Frogmore Cottage. So either she comes here or she won't see the kid.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So which one is? Did she meet her or didn't she meet her?
Yeah, it's like the contradictions. How does that happen? I mean, just like the contradiction with the registration of Archie at Eton. There's like these contradictions of, yes, this happened, and then no, it didn't happen. like, how does that become a part of the news cycle? What's going on behind the scenes where you have these conflicting stories? You know?
I don't know, Pat, but what do you make of this? Like, this is a woman. Why is the press not even talking about Mr. Markle, Meghan? Why isn't Harry? Is it because he's not the king and they think of him as a nobody?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like there's contradictions. There's unclear information, and to me, that points to strife in the background. I mean, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Like how can you say that you did something with the queen and then the queen did not have any contact with this child? How can that even come out like that if it really did happen? I mean, isn't that the story? How does these conflicts happen with these contradictions?
Yeah.
That to me seems to be the issue.
Yeah, and like Sheila Kelly says, it's everyone else's fault, not Megan's. There's lack of accountability. That's what really bothers me. People not calling her out.
Yes.
I only call out Meghan Markle on her actions. I
Right.
really
Yeah.
do, because now, especially with Fergie, because now they're comparing her to Fergie. You know that, right? And they're calling Fergie and Meghan a cautionary tale, and they're urging the king to issue a letters patent forbidding all ex-wives from inheriting or using royal titles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, hey, are they saying ex-wives, meaning when
Ex-wives.
when she becomes an ex-wife?
Yeah, just like the
So,
queen issued that letters patent in 1997 in 1996 when she said that because when Fergie got divorced in April 1996, but she got to keep the HRH. But then Charles was very petty and he didn't want Diana to have HRH or any of the titles. So the Queen said, no, she's the mother of the future King of England. She is going to have titles, but she won't use the style of HRH. So, but in order for, she couldn't have Princess Diana not using HRH and Sarah, lesser royal, still using
still
HRH.
using it. Yeah.
So the queen issued the a letters patent saying that even though it had been tradition, because the monarch, that's the only thing that's completely up to the monarch, that even though it's been tradition that even though you're divorced, you still get to use the HRH, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the queen said no. She put a letters patent saying that all ex-wives would no longer have the use of HRH style.
And this was after the passing of Diana.
No, this is before Diana got
Before,
divorced from Charles. Diana
before she,
insisted. That was the real reason of the
oh, so
follow.
she did it for that reason, is what you're saying?
Yes,
Because
yes,
okay,
because yes, and this is why the real reason that Fergie fell out with Princess Diana, because she blamed Diana for losing the
her
HRH.
HRH, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Isn't that just such a superficial way? I mean, if you want to have a reason not to like Fergie, you're gonna seriously get upset with Diana over that?
Well, because it's lucrative. That is a lucrative thing. It's not the same thing when you're at HRH.
Yeah, but my goodness. Sarah is just disgusting. She really
Okay, Pat,
is.
I'm going to show you this. Keep in mind that when Fergie wrote this, she insisted on having HRH in her books.
Mm-hmm.
She insisted on having HRH in the books and all the merchandise that she had.
Okay.
Is HRH. Budgie, The Adventures of Budgie. I'll show it to you right now so you can see that. Fergie was the first one to monetize a royal title, and she was never stopped. HRH, the Duchess of York.
Mm-hmm.
And her private secretary came and said that she never donated any money to charity.
Wow. Fergie, girl, I'm just done with her. That's Meghan. That right there is where Meghan gets all of the things that she tries to do. She sees
Yep.
Fergie doing it, and that's why she feels she's entitled to do it too, and how she wanted to monetize the royal family, seeing Fergie do it.
Yeah, it's called precedent. And this is why Meghan Markle feels emboldened in many ways, because she just has to point, wait a minute, at least I'm not selling cash access for cash, like the
Mm-hmm.
500,000 pounds that you did. She was hanging around Jeffrey Epstein. She was one of Epstein girls. She did stay with Epstein, New York, but they had, and I think that those are the emails that are going to come out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, some of them already have, right? Because of William.
And now Princess Beatrice has been bound out
Yep.
from this
Charity.
from the charity that Prince I'll show it to you guys right now because it's Princess Beatrice bound out of charity, and I'll show it to you right now, guys, because bound out means that she basically was forced out because she's inappropriate given what's happened with her mother. So it says here, Princess Beatrice is bound out of her grandfather, Prince Philip's favorite charity, for which he served as patron for 65 years after Mother Fergie's leaked email scandal.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been their patron for 6 years.
Wow. So now she's, losing out because of what her mother has done. I mean, can you imagine the conversations with the York girls and their parents? Like, they have disgraced their family beyond measure. I mean, how can you be so unaware and so reckless?
Well, the girls are now, those women, they're grown women, support their mother. In fact, when Fergie was caught, because she was caught,
Oh yeah, on camera.
selling access for cash, they
Busted.
condemned the guy who caught them, who caught her.
Yeah. I would just say tell my parents, look, I would put them in the doggy house. Like, I would tell them how wrong they are and what they have done and how that, I mean, it's just very obvious. Why would you try to blame the person that filmed the undercover stint? I mean, their parents did wrong, or she did
But
wrong.
yes, that's the thing, Pat. No accountability for Harry,
None.
or
Yep.
Meghan. I think that Prince William, I'm just praying for Prince William to become king. I really
Yeah.
am. I hope that there is a monarchy left by the time that William actually becomes, and he's able to become king, and he can restore some decency to the monarchy
Yeah. Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah, we need
I
it
don't know,
bad
but we're
because
gonna get going, guys, because we just wanted to give you an hour and a half. Actually, we just wanted to give you an hour, but things have a way of getting. But please donate to P. Dinah's charity.
yes, thank you for your donations. I really appreciate it. Our charity's going through a very difficult time right now with loss of our funding, and it is so needed. I actually have right now a subscriber who is actually working with one of our students, and it's made a difference. It really has. So if you want to give in a meaningful way, that will really go a long way. Please consider making a small donation monthly if you can, because that's really how most charities are able to sustain their work. Grants are one of the ways that no security with the funding. They can just snatch it away. And that's exactly what happened. So a lot of people that were helping out my charity have lost their jobs. And, we're trying to do the good work to really help vulnerable youth with important life skills and access to education that is life-changing. So it would be greatly, greatly appreciated.
Well, Pat,
Yeah.
and can you just tell a little bit about your charity a little bit, just so
Yeah,
people
so
know?
we provide local skills, life skills for under-resourced youth, giving them access to important skills like learning about how to communicate when you're angry, helping to increase value for their self-esteem. There's a lot of negative influences in the world when you look at music and you look at what's happening in the news cycle. There are a lot of young people that make very, very poor choices. They don't know how to even manage making good, proper choices because, there's a lot of negative influences. And then you think about the parents, the home some of these kids come from. I mean, there's a couple youth that I'm dealing with now that come from homes where the parents are illiterate. They one daughter or child has a mother who is cracked out, and these kids have to navigate and try to fend for themselves when it even comes to their own education, because they don't even have parents that help advocate for their education because they're not able to. And then you look at these influences that are out there with youth. So we talk about building these important local skills, life skills, and then helping youth to navigate towards building global skills, having access to experiences when you do get a chance to leave your neighborhood or to go out and travel and to see the world. We call these the global skills, because people, youth in particular, need to have these skill sets to navigate the world. I mean, one of the things that I started talking about on my channel was all the poor choices that someone like Meghan Markle made, as someone who was married into a very global famous family. And you have people like her making these kind of mistakes. Imagine the young people that have access to hardly no opportunities or anyone to teach them these skills, the things that they would do when they get chances to go off on field trips to, maybe go to a foreign country, or to even locally and nationwide in America, to Washington, D.C. You're just equipping young people with really good choices and access to education to make proper choices, and to learn how to navigate the world to enrich their lives, and to not make mistakes with choices that could be a life sentence a lot of times. It's just, you can't imagine the home life that a lot of these children come from. And so we want to equip young people with skill set to help them make proper choices, and also giving them access to opportunities to see the world and to learn how to be better with those important local life skills, and then expanding that out into the world with global skills, because giving them access to travel and experiences outside their neighborhoods. And that, of course, comes later. But, these are just things that we want to do to help young people. And the work has become a lot more difficult when, funding is taken away. So, because of this platform now, I am very, very grateful and hopeful that I can now get the people that watch our channels to support the work, because it is good work, and it is helping people and young people have access to education to help enrich their lives. And that's what we do. So thank you for everyone that is donating. I've had people from our last campaign, Paula, donate. I'm just so
Oh, that's
grateful.
amazing, guys. That is so
Yeah.
amazing. We appreciate everything. I mean, we have little platforms, and Pidine and I try to do as much as we can. But it really is up to you guys. We are a community, and everybody donates to Africa, which is, they need the money. But a lot of times you have the kids in your backyard, and they get less money because, or no chances, because people assume that they are getting the help they need, but they're not. It's harder to get people to donate. I mean, your charity's been you're having a hard time even getting funds reimbursed.
Yeah, they question everything when we want to get reimbursed for the funding that we did get. And you think about these larger nonprofits, the ones that are well known to a lot of people. Do you realize that the people that work for those charities, they're making like over six figures? You're paying into the pockets of wealthy people that manage these charities. That is unbelievable to me, that, like, even when you go to Goodwill and you go to these thrift stores, the prices that they charge for merchandise that they get for free
I know, because
goes
I
to
give to them.
fund
I
the
give to them.
salaries of these executives. I would love to do a documentary about it, because you would not believe the amount of money the people make that work for these large charities.
And I
They
used to
are
work with people
millionaires.
like that, Pat. And the thing
Yeah.
is, one of my pet peeves was that they use so much of the money goes on bureaucracy, which is
Yeah.
like paying the houses for these expats because they become expatriates elsewhere and stuff like that. So almost 87 to 90% of the budget goes on buying Land Cruisers for the security, rather than
Yeah.
investing in the local people. So anything you donate to Pidina, it's gonna make a difference. If you can do it on a monthly basis, that's amazing, guys.
Like
So
$5 a month would go away monthly if a lot of people did it. That would make a big difference.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness. So thank you very much, guys. And you guys keep us here, and we are a community. And unfortunately, we don't have access to corrupt authorities and USAID or African parks, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just before we go, it's so funny that Megan said how she remembered in the Disneyland thing when she went on grad night to Disneyland. I thought she was poor. I thought she was selling
Right.
Frenchies.
And who did she ever go to Disneyland with? If she did, with her father, I'm sure.
Yes.
He's the one that would have taken her to Disneyland. Even if she did go on grad night, I'm sure she went other times and her father took her. She just did not even come across as somebody that would talk about the privilege she had to go do a lot of things with her father, you know.
Claudia
But
said, yes, I will send you Pidana's number so you guys can get in touch because she wants to mentor and help.
oh,
Okay.
that would be awesome.
She's in the
Awesome, awesome.
Navy. She's in the Navy. She's an
Oh,
amazing.
wow. Wow, that would be
But she doesn't
amazing.
cook for
Thank
the
you.
masses. She cooks for the elites. I can't wait for her to cook something for me. I'm gonna have to fly to Washington or whatever you want.
Yes.
But thank you very much, guys.
Okay, thank
And,
you.
can you imagine Meghan Markle going to grad? How much is grad night in Disneyland? I was looking at tickets. They were like
Mhm.
at least the cheapest one for it's like $180. This is a
Oh,
woman who
wow.
didn't have enough to go and eat salad bar at Sizzler, and yet she's doing.
Grad night at Disneyland. Girl, go kick rocks.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Dinah, and let's help
Okay.
her. Let's help our kids. Let's help the youth. And thank you very much, because
Thank you,
Dinah's doing an
guys.
amazing job. Okay, guys.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye.